Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is Sam with Simpler Trading, and I'm going to be sharing an idea with you regarding two market-moving indexes that we're looking at. Now, these are some big picture ideas on some big picture time frames. So these aren't going to be your day trades. These are really more setups for a multi-week, even multi-month swing trade. So let's dive into the first chart that we're looking at here. And this is not a chart that's publicly available, but it is one that we are able to use here at Simpler. It's kind of a proprietary chart that we came up with. And what you're seeing here on the screen is essentially your top stocks in the stock market, equally weighted for price and then balanced out for market caps. So, you know, in this case, your Amazons are going to have a heavier weighting than your Facebooks, but they're all included in here. And basically, you can call it a FANG index, even though it has more components to it, more nuance. So if we start here, we're looking at a weekly chart. One, I'd like for you to notice that the EMAs are starting to cross bullishly here. So you're getting an 8 EMA crossing your 21 and 34. 21 and 34 just happen to be right over each other. So that makes it even a stronger cross. We do have a weekly squeeze here that has printed over the past 2 weeks. It has an upward bias. And we see price now crossing above the 61.8% of the entire downswing. So that 61.8% level usually will be kind of the cap if this was going to be more of a correction reversal, meaning that it just bounces and then it kind of keeps going in the downtrend. But breaking that 61.8% to the upside kind of makes this more of a pullback and then continuation in the larger trend, which is an uptrend. So this is kind of starting out the idea process for us. And keep in mind what this chart implicates. You know, this chart implicates that the strongest stocks in the stock market are bullishly positioned on a weekly time frame. So that's your Amazons, your Apples, your Microsofts, your Googles, your Facebooks, your Boeings, your Visas, and your Netflix. So this represents a large basket of momentum and strength. And we have a lot of positive setups here on the weekly. The next chart I'm going to show you is kind of just building off of this idea, but maybe even making it stronger. And next we're going to look at the ES, which is the S&P E-mini futures. Now here you can see that there is no weekly squeeze here, but it is printing positively on the squeeze histogram. What we want to look at here on the ES is this monthly squeeze. And this monthly squeeze, guys, these monthly squeezes can be extremely powerful signals. Let me back up a little bit. Maybe some more. Let's do it this way. These weekly squeezes can be really powerful signals, guys, because a squeeze once fired, you know, for those of you that are unfamiliar with the squeeze means that price has compressed, and then when the squeeze fires, we're looking for price expansion. So that's where we make our money as traders, is during those periods. We've seen a weekly squeeze across the strongest stocks in the market. Then we backstop that idea with a monthly squeeze on the S&P futures. And you can see how these two things work together. So the idea here is that the weekly squeeze on these strongest names fires long, and then the ES has a monthly squeeze, which kind of provides additional wind to the sails of the initial idea. So you may ask yourself, how is this actionable? Well, pretty much it's saying that the market is looking pretty ready to break out here, especially on the weekly time frame. So that would be your techs, basically all of your top stocks. So again, it's going to be your Apples, your Amazons, your Googles, your Microsofts, your Visas, your Netflixes, and your Boeings are going to be the play. But in reality, if these squeezes continue to fire long, it takes the entire market with it. So this probably is one of the first times that we've shown you guys this FANG index that we developed in-house. And, you know, hopefully you guys can turn this into some profitable trades.